So I want to talk about the introverted black woman. Now I've been making content lately surrounding and talking about, introverts and, you know, just different scenarios that introverts go through and the ways that introverts move. One of the things I've been noticing on YouTube and just discovering is that more black women are coming out as being introverts, whether it be in the workplace, and that's where it's primarily at, in the workplace, and just their normal lives. You know, they'll live their life, you know, not needing a whole bunch of people involved. I don't want to just talk about introverted black women, but I want to also talk about how the world in general, this matrix that we live in, how they do not accept the black introverted woman. And the truth of the matter is, the world today that we live in, they do not validate introvert black women. Now, one thing I can say about a black introvert woman, an introverted black woman, is, listen, they know how to cultivate their own peace. And if you happen to go out with a black woman that is an introvert, she's not always in the mix. She's not always involved with a whole bunch of people. She's more of a loner to a certain degree. That woman will tend to bring you more peace in your life as a man. If I'm smart, I'm going out and I'm wifing up an introverted black woman. There's other elements and there's other requirements that would need to happen in order for me to do that. But introvert being, for a black woman being an introvert, not always being involved, not always being in the mix, valuing peace of mind, that's a pretty good quality right there for a woman, and a lot of men, they look for that in a woman, to be that peace, to be that nurturer, kind of just be our peace when we live in a whole world of chaos, right? A world of hostility, and we don't want to come home and be around our woman that's the same way. Loud, hostile, toxic. And most introvert black women that I have been around, they have brought me peace. There's not a lot of drama that comes with the introverted black woman at all. They're easier to talk to. They're easier to connect with. Just overall. Not that there are extroverted women out there that are hard to connect, but they got a lot more going on with other things. They got too much going on for a man to be their primary focus, right? They got too much going on to be committing to, a relationship with a guy that's serious, that's looking to build family structure, that's looking to build a whole legacy, right? But black introverted women are overall not accepted by the world, because there has been a lie that has been told to these black women to be this overhyped, obnoxious, loud, ghetto boss chick. Boss, boss ass bitch. And that has been the main image for the longest time for a black woman, to be this boss ass bitch, to be this independent woman that is dominant, right? That's loud, obnoxious, ghetto, right? Always carrying on, always going on about something, and, just starting drama in the workplace or starting drama wherever they go, right? That's always been the image of a black woman. That's how the world perceives a black woman, and nothing more. Anything but introverts. They expect a black woman to always be involved in the mix, to just be out there, completely out there. So when an introverted black woman comes into the workplace, into the work environment, and they have this expectation from their other coworkers and from other black women too, to be exactly what the world expects them to be. And when they don't come in with that energy, they come in more of a soft-spoken, easygoing, peaceful, drama-free woman. That's an introvert, that's stays to herself, minds her business, doesn't get involved with much drama. They get very perplexed, shocked to see a black woman behaving in this matter, because it's not what they were expecting. They were expecting something else. They were expecting the loud, ghetto, boss bitch. Yeah, I said it. They were expecting the toxic, drama-heavy black woman, right? That's what they were expecting. But when they got the complete opposite of that, they're thinking to themselves, wait a minute, hold up now. This one is different. This one is not what I was expecting her to be. And see, what happens is sometimes, curious coworkers like that, and it's mostly women. It's mostly women, right? They'll tend to, test a woman that's, easy going, right? Especially from other black women that are more out there, that are drama heavy, that are loud and ghetto, a little obnoxious. They'll tend to test and to somewhat pick on the more introverted black women, because they expect her to be the same way like she is, right? They expect her to be the same way. Other women of different races, they have this same image as well. And they may try to, bring drama her way, the one that's introverted. Bring drama her way to test her, to see if she will, to see if she will fold, to see if she will, succumb to any drama that's brought her way, And black introverted women will be tested when it comes to just being alone, just mind their own business. They're going to have some coworkers that are just annoying, that are just a nuisance, that are just looking to get under their skin, right? I mean, now this happens to mostly everybody that is quiet, that is by themselves, alone. But you have to understand that the world in general, when they perceived, that when they had an image of a black woman in mind, they were not thinking introvert. Where they had this image, they had this perception of what a black woman is overall in the world. Introvert is not what came to mind. Introvert is not what came to mind. You know, and the perception of what black women are today, modern women are today, is influenced by the music. It's influenced by specific female hip hop artists like Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, and so many others that have pushed this image of what a black woman is supposed to be today, right? This very toxic, very just unnatural way of how a black woman is supposed to act, how she's supposed to carry herself. The influence is be an independent woman, you know, be this boss lady, be this boss bitch, you know, be ghetto, you know, stay online twerking, you know, carrying on with nonsense, with drama, you know, be loud, obnoxious, have an attitude with basically everybody, you know, get into fights all the time, argue, be argumentative, be combative, like this whole image of what a black woman is perceived nowadays. The perception of a black woman has been created through the music that these women are listening to. And that's how they gain their influence to be exactly what these female hip hop artists are pushing them to be. We can also add in single mothers to that as well. To not need a man, to be career driven, more career driven than wanting to be a wife, to be more easygoing, right? Basically to take on the role as a man. You know, that has been heavily pushed through the music. And when other women that are more out there, extroverted, that have embodied that narrative that these hip hop artists are pushing them to be, and when they see other women, other black women that are not, you know, following the same programming like them, they start to look at them as weird. They start to look at them a little crazy. They start to think something is wrong with you being introverted, you being quiet. For you introverted black women, a lot of women that are the opposite of you, they look down on you. They do. They judge you because you're not following the same programming that they have followed, right? The world had this expectation of them, and guess what? They have followed through on that expectation, but you have not. You have not, because you are your own woman. You're set apart. You don't need to fit this image of what a black woman is supposed to be today. And what the black woman is supposed to be today, the image that's being portrayed, it's false. It's false. I would advise you to go against that image because that's not who you are. To the very core, as a woman, that's not who you are. And this video is specifically for the Black women. So understand, and this is for men to understand as well, that there is clearly an agenda at play here to push this music, push this toxic music from these female hip hop artists, to push these agendas onto these Black women for them to be this independent boss bitch, for them to be toxic and ghetto, loud, obnoxious, career driven, to be traits of a, to be traits of a toxic woman, right? And for a lot of these women, they have followed through with that programming. But I'm going to end it off with this. Black introverted women should just stay to themselves. They should continue valuing their peace of mind. Because when they find a guy that is about peace, that's about valuing peace of mind, there's just going to be an instant connection. It's going to be an easier time for both of y'all to connect, for y'all to bond. Because you come across as easygoing, he comes across as easygoing as well. He values his peace of mind. You also value your peace of mind. And you're okay with having few friends or no friends at all and just doing things by yourself, doing things alone, going places by yourself, which all the time isn't always a good thing. Because if you're going to a vacation by yourself, which isn't always the smartest idea to do, because you still want to have a man with you for protection, of course, when you're out and about going on vacation, elsewhere out the country, you would need some type of protection from a man. But just going anywhere day to day by yourself, lunch or a coffee shop, whatever, a gym, wherever, you don't need people. You don't need other people to be at your beck and call. You can go places by yourself and have fun and do you. Right? It's not required that, you need a whole bunch of people to have fun. You don't. And the introverted Black woman, everybody at their job will look down on them. Because the world itself, it rejects introverted Black women. The world doesn't accept those type of Black women. Because the world in general has heavily pushed the type of Black woman that they need to be, that they need to portray as. They have heavily pushed this image for so long. And they have to well, not have to, but they're more so pushed to embody that type of Black woman that the world accepts. But see, back in the day, I remember a time where back in the day where that type of Black woman was not accepted in the workplace. Loud, obnoxious, carrying on, drama heavy, ghetto, toxic. Like that type of woman was not accepted because of the world has changed so drastically, and the rise of these female hip hop artists, they're clearly, pushing a certain message to these Black women to be a certain way that goes against being a traditional woman, right? And like I said earlier, a lot of these Black women are heavily influenced by the type of music that's pushing them to be exactly what the world wants them to be. So it's clear as day that, introverted Black women, they just aren't accepted by the world. And I've seen a lot of, other Black women content creators come out recently experiencing, their struggles of being an introvert in the workplace and just their life in general, right? And I felt the need to talk about it because I just came to the conclusion that there is an agenda at play here. And introverted Black women kind of disrupt that agenda. They disrupt that norm for what a Black woman, for how a Black woman is portrayed nowadays in the modern world. And it just goes against that image. So that being said, make sure you guys like the like button. You hit the like button. Likes are free. Subscribe if you are new. More content is to come. And I had to get this piece of content out there, get this message off my chest, because this one has been on me for a while to talk about. And I finally had to let it loose, let it go. And hopefully y'all gain some edification. Y'all gain some clarification with this content and this information. And like I said, this video is for primarily the Black women that have more introverted qualities about them. So that being said, like the video. This is Mr. Solo Dolo, and I'm out. Peace.